What up, what up? Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the channel at Gemini Gem. Today is December 17th, 2025, and I'll be doing a reading for Cancer. Okay. This message will be for what's to come for 2026. Before we get into the tarot, there are a lot of distractions going on, Cancer, so the message is to stay focused. Angels, ancestors, guides, God, the Most High, show me clearly messages for Cancer for what's to come 2026. Show me clearly, please. All right, you have the Hierophant, the Page of Wands, the Lovers, and the Magician. Taurus, Fire, Gemini, Gemini. Maybe you're a June Cancer, okay? Because there's a lot of Gemini energy in this reading right now. There's something going on with your marriage or your relationship, your partnership. I don't know if you're married or engaged or that sort of thing. But you know, I say that because the Hierophant and the Lovers, okay? The Hierophant can talk about things that have been in place for a very, very long time. Structure, tradition, rules and regulations, okay? The Hierophant can refer to, higher education, college. It could talk about government and law, like the court. It could talk about a marriage, right? Religion, okay? The Hierophant is a very, very powerful energy. The Hierophant teaches others who want to learn. He has the knowledge to unlock information, unlock higher learning, okay, higher knowledge. Okay. And then the Lovers is soulmate energy. Person you feel like you were born to be with, and vice versa. Soulmate energy. In other decks, the Lovers is usually depicted as Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. So that type of connection, okay? So regarding your marriage or your partnership or your engagement or your relationship, that's what I'm getting. I feel like you're manifesting this. Like you were the reason why things are going to the next level. The Magician, whatever they put their mind to, they're able to manifest. Another very powerful energy. You can see they're like Like if it's like more like an operating on a shadow or low frequency, like somebody who does magic, but not for good. But I'm not getting that. I'm getting like you're manifesting. I guess manifestation could kind of be considered magic, I guess. Like you're manifesting this relationship, this marriage, this partnership. That's what I feel. But there's something about, I don't know if this is you or your partner, but it's like one of you, maybe both of you, like to travel. Like, I feel like one person or both are like kind of never home, which is weird because Cancers are very much homebodies, you know? So maybe it's your partner. I don't know your partner's sign, but Cancers, they like to be home. Not to say they don't go out, but they enjoy being home. They enjoy being around family. They don't have to go out every weekend. They don't have to. They can entertain themselves right at home. That's where they feel comfortable. In that shell, right? The crab in the shell. You have the Hangman, Queen of Cups, Six of Swords, Queen of Swords, Pisces, water, air, and air. Mm. Somebody feels stuck in the relationship. Like somebody feels like they can't move. But they are moving. I don't know. It's either like one person in the relationship is always like never home, and then the other person feels like stuck. I don't know if it's stuck at home because the hangman is feeling tied up, like unable to move. But the hangman also talks about looking at things from a different perspective, a different angle. They're hanging upside down, so their point of view is going to be different than someone who was hanging the right side up. I don't know. I don't know if your partner is feeling stuck. Because, like, the Queen of Cups, this is water energy. I feel like this is you, Cancer. Cancers are, okay. Cancers are very, like I said, homebody. They like to be around family. They like to have, like, do date nights, like, at home. I'm not saying they don't go out at all, but that's where they feel comfortable. Cancers have that hard exterior shell, but when you get to know them, they could be very soft. And I believe the hard shell is for protection. They want to protect their heart. Queen of Cups is a very intuitive, psychic, someone who has dreams, someone who's a mother, like a motherly energy, caring and loving and giving and all those things like that a mother would do. They're comforting. it almost feels like, I don't know if you turned that off or turned that away from your partner because they're traveling all the time. Six of Swords is usually leaving a toxic situation behind, but I'm not getting a toxic energy from this situation unless you did this magic as like for bad. Unless you conjured unless you conjured up this relationship like when it was, when it wasn't supposed to be. But I'm not getting that energy. This is somebody sailing away, going away. And in the beginning it's going to be hard, but once they get to their destination, it'll be easier. I don't know if your partner like literally has to travel for work all the time, but I feel like somebody in the relationship is never home. I feel like you guys are opposites. You love to be home and they travel. And then the Queen of Swords, this is air energy. You see the birds represent communication. There's a lot of birds in this card too. So there's a lot of information and communication, Queen of Swords is very intelligent, very, very good with communication. She can be looked at as a judge, somebody who's fair, who's not biased, who can rule fairly. But the Queen of Swords also has her boundaries, okay? Once you cross those boundaries, you're going to get a whole different side of her, because she could kind of be like the Queen of Cups, like loving, right? But once you cross the boundaries, like do something you were not supposed to do, you're going to see another side of her. And she uses that sword. Look how huge that sword is. She uses that sword to cut. But the sword is actually her tongue. So when she's speaking to you, it's gonna sting. It's gonna cut deep. It's gonna hurt. This is all about truth. Whatever she's saying, even though it might be hurtful, it's gonna be the truth. I don't know. I don't know if your partner is telling you I don't know if they're leaving because whatever the reason they gave you is going to be like truthful, but it hurts. Or maybe you're the one telling them the truth and it hurts. Give me a few more cards. In each situation, like you turn, like your back is towards the Hangman. The Queen of Swords' back is turned to the Six of Swords. So I feel like somebody like turned their back on the other. You have the Four of Cups, Knight of Cups, Page of Cups, a lot of cups, a lot of emotion, a lot of love. Again, somebody feels stuck. The Four of Cups, this is somebody who's stuck. They're not making a decision. You see this cup being offered? This is like an opportunity. They're not making a decision. They're looking straight ahead, almost as though they don't even see the offer. This is somebody who's stagnant, who feels stuck, who feels like every day is the same day over and over again. So why would I take this new cup when it's just going to be like the rest? They're kind of bored with life. Then the Nine of Cups, This is somebody trying to convince you to take that cup. Knight of Cups is someone who's very suave and smooth and kind of will like talk the panties off you. Very convincing, very like they'll woo you, like court you, date you. They're very, very convincing. I think they want you to take the cup, but you're not taking the cup. And then the Page of Cups is another offer here. There's a prize, a gift in that cup. This is a very dreamy energy, someone who likes to daydream and listen to music, fantasize about their life. It's another bird here. Somebody is feeling stuck, and the other person is like almost, it feels like they're not able to convince you or clarify the Hangman. The Ten of Wands. This is a heavy burden somebody's been carrying by themselves. This is a lot on one person's shoulders. I feel like they feel stuck in a relationship because they're carrying most of the load. Clarify the Four of Cups. The Five of Swords. This is conflict. This is like somebody will win by any means necessary. They don't care what they got to do. Throw you under the bus, sucker punch you, tell, half truths. Whatever they need to do to get those swords away from these two other people, they will do. I don't know. Something about like the cup that's being offered, you're ignoring it, and they're doing whatever they need to do in order to be on top, in order for you to take the cup. This kind of turned strangely. Clarify the Queen of Swords. The Five of Pentacles. So the truth about somebody being left out in the cold. Clarify the Queen of Cups. Six of Pentacles. Again, the Queen of Cups is a very like loving energy, and you're giving out that energy and you're waiting to receive it, because the Six of Cups is whatever you give out into the world, you get back. I almost feel like you're not getting that. Clarify the Six of Swords. The World. Yeah, someone's traveling. The World is it's not even a chapter, it's like the book is done. Like, I don't know. I feel like maybe the relationship started out good and now it's over. I think somebody was carrying most of the load in the relationship. I think somebody was opening their heart and not getting that back. Somebody was always traveling. It's almost like they realized too late now. Now they're trying to be Rico Suave and get you to accept that cup, and you're not having it. And another offer here. Clarify the Lovers. The Nine of Pentacles. This is an independent woman. Lives in a lap of luxury, needs no one, does everything herself, is very wealthy, very well off. Took her a very long time to get here, but she's here, and she's like self-sufficient. And again, another bird. She's playing that sport of falconry. I think one person in the relationship is very independent. As well as financially stable. Maybe the other person felt like they weren't needed. Let's just get one more card. The Magician. Clarify. Three of Swords. Feeling stabbed in the heart. Sorrow, pain, sadness, confusion. I don't know. I think the relationship was manifested, and then I think maybe you found out like it wasn't what you conjured up. All right, Cancer, you guys drop a comment at the bottom of the deck. The Hermit, somebody going away again, traveling for information, for knowledge. You guys drop a comment. Let me know if this resonates. Till the next time, take care. Peace.